Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. Hard to believe we're literally almost just over a month away from Christmas. I can't believe this year has just flown by, man, oh man. Anyways, I just want to say you're all awesome. I hope you're all doing well. We've got another good week of books coming, and man, I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but this year, with all the books coming, especially this latter half of the year, it so reminds me of 2018. We had so many good books. That was a banger year, and boy, if you some of these books that I know it's hard to. I mean, I've been doing this a long. I mean, I've been collecting comics since the '70s, so it's been a long time. And sometimes it's hard when all the books are staring at you straight in the face, and you see multiple copies on the shelf. And you're like, that's never going to be worth anything, or yeah, nobody's going to want that. And trust me. 5 years from now, 10 years now, you're going to look back and you're going to say, holy crap, the books, I'm so glad I got those books. And I'm talking, like, right now, there's so many, and, you know, Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman to start it off. But, wow, such a good time to be collecting comics. I said that in the past, and, man, I can't believe I was away for a year. I miss comics so much, so I'm glad I'm back. But anyways, going to get going to what I'm looking at this week. But before I do... one of the problems for me is I have to order all my comics online. So I got this. Finally got my Batman Full Moon, which I had talked about before, and I pre-ordered it and everything. It always takes me at least a week and a half after it's released for me to get them. So they come with they came with this white cover on it, which you can see, which I'm really happy they did because it's a gorgeous black cover. So I got a couple copies, and I took the this little white paper crap off that comes with it to review, because man, that is such a gorgeous cover. And I didn't realize it's an embossed cover. I knew it was it's glow in the dark, which pisses my wife off because I, I have it in the room in our bedroom on the next to our computer desk, and it glows in the dark when we go to bed. But hey, anytime you can piss the wife off, it's always good. She still loves me. What can I say? But I just want to mention this. Not only is it a great, I love that cover. Like I love black covers, and that's a good one. The artwork inside it's pretty nice. But the cool thing about this for me is you're introduced to this guy, Christian Talbot. He's the guy at the beginning of the book who is kind of led into this room and exposed to moonlight, and all these scientists go running for their lives. And of course, he kills them all. And turns out it's a Wayne Enterprises. He compartmentalizes all these different places. They're doing research. The thing that's cool about, for me, this book, I think there's several issues still to come. I believe it's a 5-parter. But if Marvel ever gets, if DC ever gets their crap together and puts out something similar to Werewolf by Night, I would not be surprised at all if this Christian Talbot, who makes a first appearance in this book and becomes the werewolf. Could you imagine a Batman werewolf Halloween special next year or the year after, or whatever, or a movie? Oh boy, it would be so good. DC, please, for the love of God, put out a movie like that. It would be great. Not because I want this book to go up in price, but I just think it would be an awesome... I love Werewolf by Night that Marvel put out. This would be so good. So good. Anyways, hope you got that one. And I had to... the election this year, I'm not talking politics. I don't give a shit which side you voted for or who... that's not what I'm talking about. I don't talk politics on this channel, but V for Vendetta, great series. If you haven't got this series of comics, I'm sure you've watched the movie. If you haven't, go watch it. But it's a good movie. But Alan Moore is probably one of the best writers. I'd put him up there in top 5 for comics all time. He was, oh God, he was good. But anyways, if you haven't got V for Vendetta #1, get it. It's a classic. Anyways, I've rambled a bit about that before I even go what I'm looking at this week. So I'm going to start with my indies this week. There's some really, really good books. I mentioned this one in the past, and one of my I mentioned is coming down the road, but Silence #1. This comes out from Afterlight. It's a 3-part horror series. It's about a superstar comic artist. He dies, and then he comes back to life, and then kind of goes off on this trying to find himself and everything. But anyways, he finds his amulet, and it brings all his angry creations to life. Boy, does that remind me. Is this not written about Donny Cates? To me, I just picture Donny Cates as the superstar comic artist. Anyways, yeah, that one looks good. That's Silence number 1. A couple covers for that. I like cover A the best, to be honest with you. That one, I really like that one. From Ahoy Comics, we got Toxic Avenger number 2. Bunch of covers for that. My friend Seth from Justice for Comics, he really likes the cover D with the Toxic Avenger looking up kind of with the one eye. I bugged him that he kind of looks like Toxic Avenger, so that's there you go. From Boom, we got Power Rangers Prime number 1. They're kind of launching a whole new Power Rangers title, bunch of new characters. So if that's something, I'm not into Power Rangers, but I mean, I remember watching them as a kid, but it's not my thing. So anyways, that's out this week. From Dark Horse, this is a big one. You've got Arcbound number 1. This is a sci-fi saga. And the big thing with this one is, boy, there's a lot of big names lately getting into comics. You got Tom Hardy, the actor, Mad Max and a number of other movies. You got Scott Snyder, who's doing Absolute Batman. You got Frank Thierry. The three of them are kind of collaborating on the writing. And then you got Ryan Smallman doing the artwork, and his art is really good. If you don't know his artwork, just Google Ryan Smallman. It's really good. That Arcbound number 1 out this week. There's a bunch of covers for that. I'm getting I've already pre-ordered cover A, and there's a Kirkham cover that I'll show you on the screen. It's really, really nice. I got both those coming. Look out for that one. If your shop has got some of those and you haven't pre-ordered it, grab a copy of that. Dark Horse is putting out some good stuff lately. They're also putting out Black Hammer Spiral City number 1 this week. I should have I got Black Hammer number 1 somewhere in one of my boxes. I've showed it in the past. New cast of characters and heroes coming in that one, so this is a good one to get. At some point, I know Jeff Lemire, he's the writer, they talked about doing kind of a Black Hammer universe and stuff. We'll see what happens with that, but if they do, any of these books with Black Hammer are going to be gold. So anyways, I got my G.I. Joe in the background because Image is relaunching G.I. Joe. Got G.I. Joe number 1 out this week. There's a whole bunch of covers for this one. I like the regular cover. There's a Jenny Friesen. She's got a couple covers. There's like a regular price one, then there's a foil one, which is, I believe, is an incentive cover, and like I say, there's a whole whack of covers for this, but that looks like a good one as well. From another one from Image is Salmon Twitch number 8. Now, I'm not buying this series, but I really like this cover. The cover B and C, one's a train and one's a virgin, but it's just kind of a cool silhouette with the city in the background. I mean, this looks awesome. I really like it, so that's another good one. I mean, that's it from Indies. From DC, I'm starting off with an absolute no-brainer, like I started my video with. Absolute Batman number 2 is out this week. A ton of covers for this. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of relate back to Venom when it was launched in 2018. Just get this on your pull list. Make sure you have multiple copies of cover A pre-ordered so you get them. Stick with it because there is going to be first appearances and some key books along the way, and I can't tell you which one it's going to be, but I can just tell you they're coming, other than number 1, which is gone to the moon. But just get it on your pull list. There's a bunch of covers. I'm just getting cover A. There is a really nice Dan Panosian cover, which you'll see on the screen. It's kind of a quite honest, to me, it's an homage to Frank Miller because he's kind of done that pose a million times. But yeah, just get that series on your list. It is so good, and I can't explain to you how much you're going to be glad that you got that in your collection years from now, 5-10 years from now. Just you'll be so glad. Absolute Batman Noir number 1 is out this week. It's basically just number 1 in a black and white, and I've got that pre-ordered as well. That looks like a really good one. Batman and Robin number 15 is out this week. A whole bunch of covers. You got your first full appearance of Memento. That one, I don't know where that character's going. Again, it's one of these ones. It's first full appearance, so I'm going to get it. But you know how that goes. Black Lightning number 1 that's relaunching this week. I'm not getting this title, but it's out this week if that's something you're interested in. And then you've also got Batman Uncovered. It's a one-shot, which is basically a lot of classic Batman covers all collected in a comic book to kind of show that off. So that's kind of cool. If you're interested, if you really like Batman, you like his covers, that's a good one. For Marvel, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 61. 8 Deaths of Spider-Man starts this week. I am not buying this, and I refuse to buy Spider-Man until Marvel puts a top writer on this series. This series has been just kind of like how DC was for the longest time. I mentioned this in my last video. It's just like vanilla ice cream. There's just nothing to me that is worth. I don't know. If you're loving it, great for you. But for me, nope. Sorry. This needs to be a Todd McFarlane when he came on to Spider-Man. That was a classic run. I would so love Donny Cates to come back and take on Spider-Man. That would be just fantastic. Alan Moore, I know he'll never come back to writing comics for the big two, but if he did, could you imagine what Spider-Man would be like? Holy crap. Anyways, another one is Red Band Werewolf by Night number 4. It looks like we may be getting a new werewolf in this. It's hard to tell. I don't know. But I mentioned this on Instagram. I posted a picture of the 1 for 10, which you'll see on the screen. So it's issue number 4, but they've got it labeled on the cover as issue number 1. So I don't know. Is that technically a misprint? I don't know. I'm not going to pay $50 or $40 for a 1 for 10 just because it's got a number 1 on it. But if you find that book at a really good price, some shops may be selling it for $10, whatever, $15. I recommend you buy it if you get it for that. If I find it for that, I would buy it. Up to you what you do. Venom 39 this week. You got your first cover appearance of the new Venom. That is out. Deadpool number 8. I'm not buying this series, but wow, this Ellie Camacho, there's a couple covers with her. Derek Chu's done some really nice cover. You'll see them on the screen. One's a trade and one's a virgin. Whew, boy, that's a nice looking cover. That is really, really nice. So that's it for the books I'm looking at. The picks I got this week, number 1, again, absolute no-brainer, absolute Batman. Number 2, just get that. Pick up multiple copies of Cover A. If you like some of the variants, get those as well. This series is really, really good. And it's going to be, again, I keep saying it, but it's going to be one you're going to be so glad you have in your collection years from now. Arcbound number 1 from Dark Horse. That's my second pick this week. Tom Hardy, Scott Snyder writing, Frank Thierry writing, kind of collaboration. Yeah, that looks really good. It's going to be a lower print run on that too, because Dark Horse comics are nowhere near DC and Batman, but that one's really good. And I got the Tyler Kirkham cover as well for that. I got Cover A and the Kirkham cover. Looking forward to reading that. Silence number 1 from Afterlight. Again, the comic artist dies, comes back to life, and then all his angry creations come to life. That sounds kind of cool. Got Absolute Batman Noir number 1. That's another pick this week. Boy, there's some good books this week. Holy crap. And kind of an honorable mention is Werewolf by Night number 4, this Red Band. The 1 for 10. I just think with them misprinting that's going to be one people are going to kind of be after. And especially, it does look like we're getting a new werewolf in there, so it'd be worth picking that one up. And this, I'm just going to end on Batman 153, 154. I know I posted about this on Instagram, and I'll put a few images on the screen. It's your first appearance of Commander Starr. And right at the end of the book, you kind of learn that Bruce Wayne is being sued for half his fortune from someone claiming to be his brother. So is Command... I mean, the way it's all kind of put together, especially I've read 154 as well. Nothing's really revealed in 154 who is who, but I kind of think Commander Starr is going to be Bruce Wayne's half-brother. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Who knows? That's part of the fun of reading comics and trying to figure out what's happening with the story. But there's an image on the screen for 154 where Commander Starr's got this big scar on his face. So is that Lincoln March? I don't know. I know Lincoln March was in a bad accident and had some scars and stuff, so potentially could that be him? Possibly. Or a real outlier, and I don't think this is the case, but just throwing this out there, don't freak out. Could it be Matthew Warner from Tom King's Run? Because this was 6 years ago that this book came out. And I don't know, is he old enough now to be let out of Arkham and thinking himself to be a superhero, and Bruce because he thought he was part of the Wayne family then? So I don't know, just throwing that out there. I don't think it is, but I think we're going to find out soon. But nothing was real to 154, so you've only got 155, 56, 57 before the end of Chip Zdarsky's run, so it's going to be revealed in one of those three, and then that leads right into Hush, so we'll see what happens. But man, what a good time to be collecting comics. It's so much good stuff right now. Honestly, it's so great. Anyway, I'm going to end it on that. I'll talk to you later in the week. Hope you all have a great week. Hope you get the books you want. Try to get them all for cover price, folks. I keep saying this. Buy your books at cover price. You can't go wrong with that. Instead of chasing books at 30, 40, 50 bucks a book, buy them at cover price. You can get 10 books at cover price for one, at the crazy prices people are wanting on eBay. And over the long run, you're going to have a great collection. So anyways, there you go. Happy hunting. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.